Hollywood rammed the staggering prisoner's head against the wall. "You goddamn redneck, you're way out of line. Back off!" Now Bugs was shouting as he stepped in between Hollywood and the prisoner, who had collapsed to his knees. They glared at each other, standing so close the sweat on their noses almost merged. Hollywood squinted his pale blue eyes. "You young guys, you think this is some kind of sporting event? Let me clue you. This is a war. You'd better get some hate in your chest, son. 'Cause if you don't, when the time comes, you're gonna hesitate." Bugs stood his ground. "You got no cause to badmouth his religion." "Wise up," Hollywood said. "This raghead wants to kill your family because he's an intolerant Wahhabi creep, get it?" "Fine, but I'm telling you, he ain't gonna talk, not to us." "Oh yeah? There's ways." "Spare me. When I was in Nam, it's too early in the day for the geezer hour," Bugs said, "and it's way too hot besides." Rolling his eyes, he reached down, hoisted the prisoner by the arms, and guided him back to the chair. Hollywood walked to the corner, stopped and plucked a half-liter plastic bottle of spring water from a 12-pack. He got up, opened the bottle, and returned to the seated prisoner. Slowly he poured several ounces of the water on the prisoner's bare chest. The prisoner, whose name was not Omar, reacted to the touch of liquid, instinctively licked his lips. Thirsty. "All you need is a gallon of water and a washcloth. Put the rag over his mouth and nose and just dribble the water. Slow suffocation. Works like a charm. Don't leave mark one," Hollywood said. "They catch you doing that today, you go to Leavenworth. Besides, evidence acquired through torture is not admissible in court." "Court?" Hollywood said. "Oh, great. Why don't we read him his rights and have a seance to see if we can contact William Kunstler?" "Maybe you could pull that shit in Afghanistan, but not here," Bugs said. Hollywood was quick to jab a finger at Bugs's face. "You weren't in Afghanistan, fresh meat." They were back to glaring at each other. Then Hollywood relented and took a step back. "I mean, you and me, we'd never do anything like she." He paused, let his eyes drift toward the door. Bugs followed Hollywood's gaze, narrowed his eyes. "You mean give him to Price?" Hollywood shrugged. "I thought you didn't approve of Price," Bugs said. "I don't. Price is a freak of nature, but it can't hurt to try. We got less than an hour till the suits get here from D.C. Can't be any rough stuff. Not so it'd show," Bugs said. "So we agree," Hollywood said, smiling. "Rashid, my man, the Gucci terrorist." Hearing his name, Rashid looked up and for a fraction of a second lost his concentration and fixed his gaze on Major Nina Price as she walked into the hotbox room. She came straight at him. She was a rangy, athletic 35 years old and stood 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed 143 highly trained pounds. She wore cut-off Levi's and a ribbed tank top. Rashid was trying to force his stare back to its meditation on the bare patch of wall when their eyes met. Nina raised her arm and ran her fingers through her short, flame-red hair. Rashid's eyes followed the movement and became tangled in the interesting play of flesh on her bare upper arm. A skull and crossbones tattoo grinned on her left shoulder like a memento of a wild youth. He saw the old-fashioned 1911 model Colt .45 automatic jammed into her waistband. Then, as Rashid looked away, she studied the collision of revulsion and lust, the way it flashed in his eyes, then resolved into contempt. But quite possibly in this case his cultural baggage could work to her advantage. She reached over and gripped his thick hair in her left hand and drew his head back toward her. With her right hand, she shoved the heavy pistol to the side of her waistband and quickly undid the snap on her Levi's. "Is it true your imams believe the greatest insult the United States inflicted on the country of the 2 holy places was sending female soldiers there?" She used the pistol to lever back a corner of denim and some panty, revealing a purple dent of scar tissue. The entry wound was located in the whiter skin and freckles west of her belly button. "Kalashnikov round, from an Iraqi Republican Guard. He got me low and to the right. I got him higher, center mass." Elastic snapped. Nina deftly buttoned her jeans and jammed the Colt back in place. "Anything you'd like to tell me about something coming south across the Canadian border?"